Hello everyone, welcome to Cyberscoop TV. Greg Otto, your managing editor here. We're coming to you from the Andrew Mellon Auditorium for CyberTalks. I'm talking with Brian Wood, the Device Security Certification Manager for Samsung. Brian, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So 2017, been another banner year for breaches in both the public sector and the private sector. What can we do in 2018 to make sure it's not a repeat of 2017?
So I think a lot of it comes down to thinking about the scale of the problem. It's not so much the attackers that we have to look at, but what do we have to manage inside so that we can make sure that we're properly scoping out our efforts. So things like automation tools, better understanding of where our perimeters really are. What we're seeing is cases where we're starting to put content onto, say, mobile devices and not necessarily understanding the content is on the mobile devices and then how to manage that. So I think the scope is a lot of the issue that we're having today, is that as more systems are coming online, it's becoming more difficult to keep track of them all. And I think we're sort of losing track of the scope that we're running into.
Okay, so you know, a lot of these breaches that we've been dealing with, we've been hearing afterwards that there was a lot of reactive motion when the breach happened. How do we get it to a stance where organizations are being proactive?
So I think a lot of that will come back to the automation.
Okay.
So if they understand the scope, what we run into, of course, right, is a lot of these breaches are. I remember, I think it was a few years ago, I think it was the J.P. Morgan Chase hack.
Okay.
Had come down to a single server was hacked. Now, how many servers are they running? Thousands of servers, right? But they missed one. But how do you miss one? Well, you miss one because people are going around and installing all those things. What we need are better tools, or the deployment of better tools that they can use to proactively make sure that all the systems are updated. So what we're really running back to is the scale issue is coming into play. We're putting out more and more systems, more devices with more and more data on them, and yet we're not necessarily scoping, we're not scaling up the problem. We're trying to throw more bodies at the problem, but more bodies isn't necessarily the answer. We have to have the right bodies running the right tools. So we need to do things like automation to properly scale our security. Because our security perimeter, we've been saying it for years, but our security perimeter is really broken down to where the security perimeter is a device, and we have to treat it that way. And if we think about it that way, then we can scale our solutions that way. So we should be able to properly scope and be more proactive in that fashion.
So there's also a human element to this, and
Always.
We talk about it in terms of cybersecurity workforce shortage. What can we do to get more people inside the workforce?
That's tough. Security is not sexy, which is part of the problem, right? It's not the thing that people go into because, oh, cool, I get to be on TV, haha, right? But I get to. What we need to do is, I think, is spread the skills out more. I mean, we obviously need experts, but we need to be able to bring in people who know enough security to be able to help out in certain segmented areas so that they can still have their sexy position, so to speak, but understand how security would have to play into that position. So what we get is not so much, say, 100 full-time people, but we get 500 people who can give us 20% of their time in a comprehensive way in their specialty. And then what we get is a better informed workforce overall, but also get more people who can be involved in cybersecurity. So that when we have to build, say, the task force has to get put together to react to the issues that will inevitably occur, we can pull from more people than just IT. Right, so we can pull from people who are across the board who might understand better the implications of what happened with that data because they know what that data is. Because the reality is, I've been in IT. When we're in IT, we don't understand the implications of what the data means because it's not our job. Our job is to make the systems run. And so if we could pull from a broader scope like that, then I think we would have more people involved in cybersecurity without it having to be cybersecurity people.
Great, okay. So finally, look, a lot of what we do is negative. What is something positive in cybersecurity that you think doesn't get its just due?
So what I think, to me, the exciting thing with cybersecurity is what we can unlock with it. It's not the what do we do to, it's, you know, a lot of times cybersecurity is like insurance, if we think about it, right? Nobody wants it, but we all need it. The real cool things, though, come from when we trust our cybersecurity, what can we do with cyber, right? So to me, one of the exciting things is that I can automate my home and trust that no one's going to be able to hack into my house. I can automate the interactions between my car, my phone, my house, my work, and I can start unlocking a lot of things that I don't really want to have to deal with on a daily basis. And integrate those in. The cleaners want to come to the house. Well, they have a phone and I don't have to give them a key and they can get into the house and I know what they've done and I know when they leave and I get all that information back. And I can start unlocking these capabilities when I can trust that the cybersecurity foundation is there. But until then, it's all kind of, I don't know that I want to do that because I don't know that I want to trust the system to control my house, control my car, control my, all of that. So to me, the great thing, the potential of what it can become once we can establish a secure baseline that to me is the big positive.
Great. Well, appreciate your insight. Thanks for speaking with us today.
Thank you very much.
For all of our videos, check out our YouTube channel, and for more information on cybersecurity, check out cyberscoop.com. I'm Greg Otto. Thanks for watching.